Hey, what's good, guys? I'm Josh.
And I'm Joe.
We are the Healing Dudes, and today we're here to talk to you about what it actually takes to heal from chronic Lyme, chronic illness, anxiety, depression. All these things have a lot of commonalities, and I know there's all sorts of treatments out there, but we want to talk to you guys about what actually works and give you guys hope that spurs you towards the belief that you can actually heal.
Yeah, and both Josh and I have dealt with chronic illness ourselves for many, many years, and we have been down all of the different rabbit holes of healing and tried so many different things. But what we have found truly works is some of the things that are most overlooked. Today in healing, there's tons of information on mind-body healing, neuroplasticity, and all of that stuff. And while we subscribe to this model of healing, there are so many things that are overlooked that we truly believe should be included in neuroplasticity that we implement in our own healing and with other people that we work with.
And I know in the chronic illness community, probably many of you guys have heard of neuroplasticity, programs like DNRS and whatnot. And it is a very powerful form of treatment when you actually do the work. But it's neuroplasticity in and of itself isn't enough to fully get you better from chronic illness. We have developed what we consider to be the four missing pillars from that help people return to an optimal state of health. And we came to this by talking to thousands of Lyme patients and chronic illness patients, just trying to find out what was helping people get better.
Yeah, and these four pillars are the commonalities that we have seen in people that have gotten better from chronic Lyme disease, from chronic illness. It was rarely ever a type of treatment. It wasn't a medicine, but it was these four pillars. And we'll dive a little bit more into each one throughout this. But the first one being accessing your subconscious mind and your mindset and reprogramming your mind to heal through tools like meditation and visualization. From there, a lot of people stop moving their body at all when they are, sick. And so we implement movement and exercise and things like walking and yoga that really help people. The third thing, diet and nutrition, and beginning to heal the body through the gut, through what you put in your body.
Right.
And the last thing, and the most overlooked thing that people probably don't recognize, is facing fears and beginning to live as though you are healed, even while you are still healing, even while you are symptomatic.
Right. And the reason that this is so important is because when we become chronically sick or we have anxiety or depression, generally there's a point in our life where our life comes and stops and it comes to a halt and we lose our health. And that is a traumatic event. Now, most of us have trauma in the past. So when we hit this traumatic event paired with not eating well and environmental factors and stress and all these things, we develop chronic illnesses. And what happens is your immune system isn't able to work in an optimal state when your nervous system is completely dysregulated. And what we help people do is calm down the nervous system and teach people that they are still able to live a completely full life despite being chronically sick, and show them exactly how to do that using these tools and tactics. And what we try to be upfront and honest with people is it's not easy work, but you can get your life back.
Yeah, and like Josh said, this type of healing, while it sounds very simple, the four pillars and then all of the tools and tactics we implement, throughout this practice and throughout what we have seen healing, with ourselves and other people, it is really, really hard work. Right. It requires an entire lifestyle shift. And for those, people that, like ourselves, that have been chronically ill for many, many years, it takes a lot of work to get out of, detrimental lifestyle behaviors and patterns that have kept us sick for so long. Getting rid of our toxic thought patterns and all of the doom and gloom scrolling, and getting out of, all of the toxic support groups and into a healing supportive community and things like that. So while it sounds simple on the surface, as you begin to implement these practices, you find that it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But that's where community is so important in healing. And that is, while it's not a pillar that we subscribe to, we believe it is such a healthy and important part of healing, is having a community of like-minded individuals that are willing to go through this journey with you together to heal.
Right. And that's what we've done at the Healing Dudes with our 30-day boot camps, is we've cultivated a community of people that are like-minded, that want to heal. So all the negativity and all the comparing symptoms, listen, we could sit and talk about all the symptoms all day, from the brain fog to the derealization to the heart palpitations to the POTS to feeling lightheaded. We've experienced them all, and to a grand scale, in and out of the hospital. But past that point of comparing, we don't really need to continue to talk about those. And being in support groups where that is the main focus, has anybody had this symptom, or has anybody had that symptom, or has anybody tried this treatment, or I'm having a rough day today. Oh, well, it's okay to have a couch day, or it's okay to have a couch week. We find that that's detrimental to people's healing. Like it's counterproductive. So what we've done is we've cultivated this incredible community of support where people are active in a chat. The group is active all day, and we get on 2 Zoom calls twice a week. And what we found is during these 30 days is that people begin to heal in a community. And if you try to go and you do a program by yourself, or you try to do all this without any sort of radical accountability, we find that there's just not the same success as there is inside of a community that's been set up for you guys to support you through the ups and downs and to help you as you navigate through these different tips, tactics, and as you're switching your habits.
Yeah, and healing in this way, while we say this is the way to heal, it does take patience. It takes determination. It takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of just changing your entire life. And this is where it is so important to have a community of people that are going through in the same sort of style of healing as you. There's a lot of these other programs, like Josh mentioned, DNRS. They kind of tell you what to do at the beginning and then fail to mention what the process actually looks like for healing.
Right.
Some people think, oh, if I do this, I'm going to get better in a month or 3 months. And while we would all love for that to be the case, when you're dealing with a complex, chronic, neurological, full body condition that is affecting everything in your body, it takes some time to heal. But through these tactics, through these 4 pillars, through all of this stuff, neuroplasticity, rewiring your brain and healing your nervous system and allowing your body to heal, that is the ultimate way to heal from a chronic illness. We all want to find a pill or a treatment that's a quick fix, but we are here to tell you there is no cure for chronic Lyme disease, no cure for chronic illness. There is no quick fix in healing. But if you want to get better, this is the way to heal.
100%, guys. And that's why we talk about diet and it being so important, because what happens with all these things is when you become chronically sick, not only is your nervous system completely dysregulated, you're dumping cortisol and adrenaline, and all these things are going on in your subconscious mind, your gut stops working.
Yeah.
Your neurotransmitters aren't balanced, your moods are off, you're anxious, you're depressed, you have all these different things going on. And we expect to be able to fix all these complex issues with a pill, when all reality, we have to do the work up here. There's no pill, there's no shot, there's no treatment that fixes up here. But what happens when we begin to fix our brain through neuroplasticity and using these pillars and correcting our diet and beginning to move our body again is slowly but surely we begin to move the needle more towards healing.
Yep.
We also practice gratitude in the morning, and there's a lot of different shifts that we teach you guys. You're literally going to be changing your whole life. You're changing your habits, what you eat, what you think, what you watch, what you listen to, who you engage with. Healing is a full-time job, and we will be the first to tell you that it might be the hardest thing that you've ever done. But what is your alternative? To stay sick?
No, and also while he says it's the hardest thing you'll ever do, it will also be the most rewarding thing you will ever do. When you start to get your life back simply by implementing simple tools and tactics, not easy ones, but simple tools and tactics that can help you really heal, you start to see your life come back and you start to feel healthy and vibrant and joyful again, and you start to live a healthy, fulfilling life again. And there's nothing more rewarding than being able to feel that and experience that again. So, while we say, this type of healing is the way, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of, accountability on your end and going the extra mile and the extra distance to really reprogram your mind, to really help your body do its own job and getting out of the way so that you can begin to heal completely.
Yeah, and definitely, I think another point to bring up is letting go of your old self and letting go of your ideas of wanting to get back to that old self, because you'll never become that person again. And we teach you how to create a new, vibrant version of yourself and begin to dream big. And as you heal, your life begins to look much different than it was before, with a respect to actually living, because you don't take anything for granted in that point. So as we share this is just a brief snippet of what it is we actually do and how you can heal. We offer 30-day boot camps and one-on-one healing guidance that along your journey can help you get your life back. These 30-day boot camps are incredible. They offer a comprehensive group of 30 people basically healing, doing the same thing that you're doing. Everybody's paired with a healing partner, and there is radical accountability through the whole class. Yeah. We teach the 4 pillars in depth, and Joe and I are super interactive in the class and making sure that everybody is getting exactly what they put in. If you invest your entire self into your healing, it comes much quicker. The less that you invest, the slower it goes. So if you are interested in this 30-day boot camp, you're more than welcome to check out our social medias. They're all at The Healing Dudes. Our website's thehealingdudes.com. And if you guys have any questions, we're completely open to answer those from you.